Hit that.
YouTube people, we're back.
YouTubicus Maxicus. Maxidix.
I got some cigarettes, so now we can start the next. You're goddamn right it is. Thank you, Thor.
Is that a 12 gauge hammer?
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to hell. I should turn my mic on. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yay, that's better.
All right.
I can still hear you, but still.
Hear me better.
To kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
We're going to change it up. We started with that last time. That was our opener.
Yeah. I don't know what I got here.
All right, going hot in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Super great. Again with the goddamn hot buttons. Everybody, welcome all.
I was going to let you continue your intro, but
No, I'm
I'm trying to wait for quiet points to just...
Hail to the king, baby.
Everybody, welcome back to episode 74 of the Bloody Gun Club podcast. We missed y'all. Yeah. Adam. He's playing with his goddamn phone.
We're episode 2 in.
We're episode 2 in?
2 in. That's the Star Wars planet 2 in. Tatooine.
We're on the number 2 of our double-decker episodes.
You are fired.
Leave it to Adam. He's playing with his goddamn phone while we're podcasting.
I don't worry, my battery's going to die soon. So
Mine is too.
I won't be able to do this much longer.
Now that we were still at the Double G Ranch, we're podcasting, and we're trying to figure out what we want to talk to y'all about, because there was so much shit we got off our chest the last episode.
Let's see.
And we're a lot more drunk than we were the first one.
Drunkification increased.
I begin to drunkify.
I've been watching way too much Star Trek Next Generation lately.
I've been seeing that on Facebook.
Yeah. I got my Netflix tied in my Facebook
You're
now,
getting overtly nerdy.
Yeah. It's all my nerdy friends are liking it. That's what's cool you're watching it, whatever.
All my nerdy friends are coming over tonight.
Do you know who Worf is?
Worf? Yes.
The Klingon.
I do.
Apparently he's getting his own series soon.
What?
Yeah, it's Star Trek Captain Worf is what it's apparently called. It's supposed to somewhere between Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. It's like there's a gap.
Jesus Christ.
There's a gap in time there, so they're gonna fill that in with Star Trek Captain Worf, like he captained his own ship, which apparently he did on. If you ever watched Star Trek First Contact.
Can't say that I did.
They followed the Borg back in time and.
Wait a minute, is that the newest one?
No. It's from like 1998.
No.
96, maybe.
No, I did not.
Yeah. They followed the Borg back in time. They try to keep the Borg from fucking up First Contact with Earth coming tied up with the Vulcans. It's like when they first discovered a warp drive. And
I do want to see the newest Star Trek movie.
But at the beginning of that, they had Worf I don't know if he was captain or whatever, but he had his own ship called the Defiant, and then he came on board the Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
So they might pick that up right in there somewhere.
I remember in the '90s watching when it was Captain Picard and all that shit.
Next Generation.
Yeah, I do remember watching that in Data, which is the same guy from
Brett Spiner.
Yeah, and then the dude from Reading Rainbow. I remember all that shit pretty vividly.
LaForge.
LaForge, was that his name?
Well, that was the character's name, Geordi LaForge.
He had the eye thingies.
The visor. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Rainbow.
You're saying the new movies. Into Darkness. That's the
End of Darkness, yeah.
Into
newest
Darkness.
One.
Yeah.
They did a hell of a job with the remake, starting with Captain Kirk and all that shit.
The first remake?
Yeah. Where Spock was involved and Leonard Nimoy was in it and all that shit. That was a good callback.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I think Leonard Nimoy is actually back in the second one too. I think he's actually, because he never went back into his original time. He just stuck around.
I remember watching late night episode reruns of the original Star Trek.
Yeah.
And Star Trek, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, it's
Star Trek.
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Star
Trek.
Star Trek. Whatever.
No, but I remember watching that.
Technically.
Yeah, but I do remember seeing that. So I caught on to all the characters, and you know, there was one released in the 80s where they went back in time to save the whales and blah blah blah. It was all the blue whales.
See, I didn't keep up with the Kirk era of Star Trek.
The movies, you know, my mom had a bunch of shit recorded on VHS, which I ended up watching, and it was really funny because they had all the original cast in the movies, and you know the Bones, you know the McCoy, you know all, the Scotty, all the shit, you know. So I really got into that, you know, because I enjoyed watching some of the movies and some of the old you know episodes, and whenever the new one came out, I was like one of the only ones who can keep up with what's going on. Like Janet was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening in front of me right now. I was like, I don't know who these people are supposed to be, and everybody's losing their goddamn minds.
But you don't have to, like, because they changed the first one to like because that's why they did a time altering storyline is so they could do whatever the fuck they wanted. Like we're changing the history so that they can write a new story with the same characters. Right. That was the whole point of that. So you don't have to know who the characters are, what they're doing.
You just have to pay attention and watch the movie.
If you do, it's an Easter egg for you to know. It's just like, oh, it's an extra special. I know who that is, and oh, that's that guy, and that was. Yeah, but it's nothing substantial. You don't have to know.
And it's really cool how they cast all those people.
Yeah, they did a good job.
To get all the quirks right, and you know, is the whole Captain Kirk thing, and
I'm super impressed with Carl Urban because he does have some range. He's Bones in Star Trek, which is the paranoid hypochondriac.
Yes.
But then
Damn it, Jim.
He's played Judge Dredd. Like he's played.
I still haven't seen the news Dredd.
Yeah, the dude has some range. I mean, he was Lord Vaco on Chronicles of Riddick.
Yep. I remember that.
I mean, he can be the badass warrior. He can be the brooding guy. He can be the paranoid. Like, I mean. The dude's got some range.
That's good.
And Simon Pegg as Scotty was awesome.
Simon Pegg, anything that Simon Pegg's in, I'll fucking watch it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Have you seen previews for their newest movie?
Oh, the Apocalypse movie. I want to see it. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but
they show a scene of him jumping a fence, and the fence goes down. I'm like, yeah.
The whole thing was supposed to be a trilogy of movies.
Of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the Apocalypse.
I can't remember what it's called.
End of the World.
I can't remember what it's called.
It's something the end of the world.
It looks awesome. And it's the whole point is a pub crawl. There's pub crawl they're trying to recreate that they tried to do 20 years ago or 30 years ago. We're going to do it this time. And then while they're trying to do it, the apocalypse happens.
And it's all robots. And they're filled with the blue goo.
And the apocalypse is happening, and they're still trying to complete the pub crawl.
Yeah. Damn it, we're in this for the long haul.
Yeah,
then we go to the Winchester, we have a cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
When that team comes together, it's always fucking awesome, man. It's hilarious. But I mean, Simon Pegg himself is pretty good. The worst thing I think he did was was it Kirsten Dunst?
The one where he's a runner?
He's a journalist. No, he was a journalist or something. It was fucking horrid.
The other one where he was a runner and he was in this marathon.
I know what you're talking about too.
I don't know which one that was.
That wasn't the worst. It was down there, but it wasn't the worst. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but Shaun of the Dead was probably the best
one.
Love
Shaun of the Dead.
But white lines running through my mind.
Good times.
That is good times.
I love that movie.
Would any of you cunts like a beverage? Not that
it's not that I don't like Diane and David, but it's not that I don't like you guys.
I love, you know, and British humor to me is hit or miss, you know, because once you get away from the Benny Hill and Monty Python, you know, it's like I don't like British humor. Yeah. Like I try to watch what is it? Fucking Izzard. Eddie Izzard? Eddie Izzard.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to laugh, but something restricts me just by how British he is.
Yeah, I've never really connected with Izzard.
Well, I think it's just British humor, because, I mean, the audience he's playing to is losing their goddamn mind, and I'm like, it's just the difference between countries.
Yeah, it's different perspectives, different lifestyles. Yeah. That we don't have the same lifestyle, so we're not gonna catch it.
No, and
which was awesome that Hicks always when he went over
he was a big hit in
they
Britain.
loved him in the UK, man. They fucking loved him.
They ate that shit up.
And he was heavy American social commentary, like maybe it's because they agreed with him that America was shit the way it was going.
Well, but they would also talk shit like directly to Hicks, and Hicks would just roll with it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, here's why you're retarded.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's like, here's why your whole goddamn country sucks.
It's basically the way we treat Canada now.
Oh God. You know that America is what it is, and with us being from Texas,
we're fucking primal. I'll give it that.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at America throughout the history as a whole, you know, we came over here from all different countries and we assembled this great fucking nation. Which, if you look at all empires, eventually it will crumble too.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, but once it gets primal again, like. We're deadly motherfuckers as it is as a people.
Yeah. We don't need nukes. Like we'll fuck you up without them.
We really don't.
We're expertise in fucking you up.
We're actually just waiting for the day where somebody actually wages war and they hit the beaches and they try to invade us.
Yeah.
We're bored.
Yeah.
We're fucking bored, and there's all kinds of.
We're kind of itching for a fight, which is kind of why we tend to send our troops overseas. Like,
yeah, well, all of our troops are fucking tired. They've been fighting since 2001. Heavily. Our troops are fucking tired.
Yeah.
It's time to just pull back and let people just fucking die.
Yeah.
Sorry, America's been doing too many goddamn handouts and helping out. How about we just fucking help us for a little while?
That makes sense. That would make sense.
Get the fuck out of there,
Obama.
It's like, you know what? Fuck them. I'm sorry, all other countries but America, but fuck them.
God, this might be too political for us, but I gotta say it.
Say it.
Rick Perry's getting investigated.
Really?
Governor Rick Perry of Texas, for those who don't know.
Yeah, our governor.
Okay, the district attorney of Travis County, she's the head of some, it's like a public integrity unit or some shit.
Yeah.
Some government program, whatever. She's the head of it. She got a DWI. Drinking, driving, got charged, convicted, whatever. Perry said, if you don't resign, I'm going to cut funding for your program. That's blackmail. You can't do that.
They're doing it all over the goddamn country, though, with all the scandals.
Yeah.
That shit's happening anyway.
Yeah, so, and she refused to resign. She was like, yeah, I made a mistake, but I'm not going to give up this program just because I made a mistake, so screw you. I'm keeping the position.
Is that the same one where David Dewhurst is our lieutenant governor?
Well, he's lieutenant governor too, Rick Perry.
And I believe like he's related to that lady, and like they're.
Well, her last name was Limburg or something.
Yeah.
It was like Office Space. It was something close.
Lumberg.
It wasn't Lumberg. It was Limburg or something like that.
Well, I think David Dewhurst is like related to her, and he was trying to like cover shit up.
Yeah.
And then
I'm surprised with the way he treated when the Wendy Davis thing was going on with the abortion bill.
Oh yeah.
That was some sketchy shit.
Perry has already told people he's not going to be going for governor in the next term.
Right. And no, he's definitely not out because he's being investigated. He's being charged with crimes at this point. They're trying to.
Yeah, but
because
that shit ain't going to stick.
Because of what he's done with Limburg, is that they're investigating him for abuse of power, pretty much.
Well, if you look at any other state, you look at New York and all the different scandals and shit, they pull people aside and go, look, step down, you're making us look bad, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And when you don't do that, there's repercussions for it.
Yeah.
Once you go into a political spotlight, there's repercussions for everything you fucking do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you make the whole, the government unit as a whole look bad in any way, they're going to ask you to get the fuck out of there.
I can see Texas swinging a Democrat fully within the next, I would say at least the next 10 years. Like, we're have a Republican. I can see it happening. I can see the swing to Democrat. Austin is already Democrat, and that's the capital. And you've got Houston is slowly becoming that a lot because we have people coming from outside of Texas moving to Houston.
Yeah.
And I mean they're becoming Texans. I mean they're residents, so they get a vote. And a lot of them are Democrats.
That might happen mainly because this next term. For presidency,
I'm not saying it's gonna happen next term.
No. I'm just saying the balance that's been in state for since the dawn of us, as Americans. If you look at it, it's always fluctuated. Like Bush 2-term, Obama 2-term.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fine. But there's no way in hell the American people is going to let another Democrat come in right behind.
Oh, absolutely not.
Behind President Obama.
Yeah.
Just because there has to be a different. There has to be a balance.
I mean, as far as governor goes, like president, we're going to have a Republican next time.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be Republican next time, and then it might change to a Democrat. Yeah. But that Democrat has got to sell it to these redneck fucking, you know, my people.
Yeah.
He's got to be able, whoever it is, male or female.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, before Perry, we had a female governor.
Yeah.
They have to be able to sell it to the Texans.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to still do a good job.
I think our next governor is still going to be Republican.
The
one after that might be Democrat.
I think as liberal as Democrats have gotten, because they used to never be this liberal, this left wing, where it was to an extreme.
Yeah.
And that's on either side. Like something's happened in the last 10 years where you could be a Democrat and still be a good representative of conservative.
Yeah.
You know, that shit doesn't exist anymore. Right. Apparently there's this big rift where either you're way fucking left or you're way fucking right. There is no in between.
There's no middle anymore. There's no compromise. It's all extremities at this point.
And they've tried to fill the gap with, you know, independents. And libertarians.
Yeah, but that's why every party looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and I am more libertarian than probably anything.
Yeah, even libertarians are look ridiculous. Like I hate associating with any particular party.
Me too. You know,
they all look ridiculous. But Democrats want everybody to take care of everybody else, and that's not going to work because at some point somebody's going to run out of resource, or they're just going to get pissed off and like, I'm tired of taking everything. This is not my responsibility. I'm done with you.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do it anymore. Republicans want they don't want everybody to take care of themselves. They want businesses to be able to profit as much as possible.
They want pure capitalism.
Yeah, it's the epitome of capitalism.
Yeah.
And then you got libertarians who just want absolute freedom, but that's not going to work because then you have chaos. Absolute freedom is chaos.
But you got to understand.
There's a fine line between libertarian and anarchist. Like there is
a fine line. Which
there.
I think I'm kind of on board with because we've been sucking on a tit.
I wouldn't mind it. I don't have a problem with it, but it's not going to be productive. But it'll fucking open people's eyes.
Well, you know.
So in the end, like long run, it might be productive, but short run, it's going to be chaos and nonsense.
Well, sometimes you have to start fresh. Sometimes you have to
reset button.
You have to sometimes you have to reset the machine, and I think that's what we're heading to.
Reformat the hard drive.
I know if that does happen, times will get real fucking hard. But we've all become as a nation real complacent and real douchey.
Yep.
On what matters. We take so much shit for granted that we don't keep it in perspective anymore. I mean,
we get philosophical when we're drinking too much.
Oh, here's what. Yeah, fuck it. But we do. I mean, all the technology that we have cannot function without electricity. If electricity grid goes out.
Oh yeah, dude. If there was a planet-wide EMP, we'd be fucked. We'd be set back 500 years if the EMP.
Some of us would.
Yeah, some of us would. I admittedly would. Like,
all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sidestep and fade into darkness.
I'm like, Gage, can you help me, man?
Yeah,
I'm kind of fucked. Can you help me?
You're gonna have to join the team.
I don't mind helping out if you just let me, hang with you guys.
That's also the best thing that's come from me growing up is, my entire life and my family, all the way back to the early '60s, started hunting in this little place about an hour and a half from here, and to this day, when I go up there, there's still no running water and no electricity.
Yeah.
So we've all functioned fine. We consider that fun.
Oh, it's absolutely possible. Like,
it's not going to fail.
You get super city folk that are like that they can't conceive not having their iPhones. Like you're done.
The people that have totally they haven't hung on to any of that primal instinct.
Yeah.
At all, where they think that they're above it.
Technology is doing everything for them.
It really is.
They're fucked.
And if you look at me, I'm a fat motherfucker. But yeah, you put me in a survivalist situation for the next 6 months, and things are going to change.
Yeah. I grew up in a redneck family, so I have the mentality. I don't have the training. I have the raw instinct. I have the. You back me in a corner, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Well, that's the cool thing is if you look at humans and
now I have a badass hunting knife thanks to Gage Guest.
Yeah, you do. You can wreak havoc.
I'm gonna fuck a squirrel up, man.
No, but if you look at humans as a whole, we are an amazing virus.
Yeah.
We are an amazing fucking virus that we can adapt to any situation.
If we want to.
If we want to,
yeah.
and sometimes we have to.
Yeah.
And
I think it needs to happen just to drop the numbers a little bit.
Numbers will drop anyway because everybody in the city, as soon as like something horrible happens in this country, the panic, people are going to kill each other before it ever gets to a stabilized point. Like immediately, like if anything happens. I learned my lesson with the Hurricane Rita evacuation, where a
lot of people learned that lesson.
A lot of people freaked the fuck out,
yeah,
and we all jumped on the roads together, and
and there were hurricane parties on the freeway. People were barbecuing shit on the freeway.
What happened to my family is we loaded up every goddamn gun we ever had, and all the ammo, water, gas, and we said, hey, we're going an hour and a half down the road. We're going to the deer lease. We're going to just get away from the storm, and we got a generator, we'll be fine. Because at the time they were saying, oh, it's going to be the worst fucking hurricane you've ever seen. It's going to be just like Katrina. It's going to kill you all, So we all jumped out on there about 2 a.m. We got on the road. And by the time we hit Liberty, what normally took us an hour and a half took 12 fucking hours.
Yeah.
By the time we hit Liberty, we had gotten to the point where it's middle of the day. It's fucking hot. People are getting pissed.
Yeah.
We're starting to stink.
Tensions are high.
And that's when I actually had to pull a gun on somebody.
Yeah.
Because my parents were in front of me, I was behind them, and that's when you see primitive, real pure instinct in humans. Yeah. We're just like fucking animals. We are animals.
Absolutely.
And any day that you think that we're above an animal,
some foreign entity gets too close to your territory, you're going to defend it.
No, and that's
in any way you have.
That's exactly what happens. If you get pushed too far, if you get put in a corner, we're going to react violently because my space around me is mine.
Yeah.
Touch my shit, you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
We go into primal mode, and when this guy pulled up, he pulled up next to my parents, and he was trying to get in line with in front of my dad. Yeah. And my dad, rolls down his window and goes, "Motherfucker, I've been right here for 3 goddamn hours. You take your ass down the road."
Yeah.
The guy gets out of his vehicle,
oh shit,
an entire family in this car. He's got his wife, his 2 kids in the back. He gets out of his car with a goddamn baseball bat.
That's it? Just a bat?
That's it.
You're fucked.
Mistake number 1.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. And watching the situation play out, the only 2 people that were involved was my dad and this man that didn't know each other. So hang
on, let me pull out the Mortal Kombat soundboard again.
So immediately he gets out of the fucking vehicle. As soon as he gets out and I see he has a weapon, I draw my pistol. I level it off. Do your thing.
I can't make it work.
So he gets out of the vehicle. I pull my pistol. I level off my sights on his chest. And I start squeezing the trigger because he's clearing. He's sucking up the distance in between him and my dad. So as he's coming up to the vehicle, I'm already starting to let slack off on the trigger. I'm getting to where once he gets it 3 feet from the truck, I'm going to pull the trigger. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I start squeezing the trigger. About the time he gets 3 feet from my dad's truck, my dad comes out of the window with his pistol in this guy's face. And the guy backs down, gets back in his car, and peels off back behind us. So immediately after that situation, I go, man, that was close. What if it had actually happened? What if I had to kill that dude in front of his kids?
Ugh.
So I'm looking around. So,
is that the wrong one?
Yeah, probably so. No, so I'm looking around, and I look to the guy to my left that I don't know, and he has his pistol drawn doing the exact same thing. So just because we were in this bad situation, he was ready to defend my dad without even knowing him.
Wow.
So, I mean, it was like, if you look at humanity, we come together as a group when we see some shit that's wrong.
Yeah.
But in a bad situation, we're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody died, and it came close to it. It came close to me taking another dude's life just because.
I've never been that close to any situation like that before. I've never had to.
It was tense, and I look back on it now and I go, I was mere millimeters from killing that dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I thought I was going to have to until my dad's pistol got into view, and I was like, Dad's got it. You know?
Game on.
Yeah.
I think Dad's got this. I'm no longer afraid.
That's when I saw, you know, it's like when bad shit happens, people come together and people are dicks. The people who are dicks aren't going to survive. The people who come together, you know. So I mean, man, what a deep segment we've gotten into.
Yeah, we get fucking political.
We get political and philosophical. But we're gonna have to take a break. What music you wanna do? Your choice this time.
What are we doing this time? I'm always a fan of Diablo Swing Orchestra.
Let's play the shit.
Yeah. It's soprano swing with a heavy twist.
Middle twist.
We have a heavy twist usually, or we have a heavy twist this time. So.
All right.
It works out.
All right. So we'll see you next segment. Bye.
That was a random selection. I just seen it. I was trying to funny up that story a little bit.
It was getting dark.
Yeah.
Comic relief.
Before we got into all that, I feel like I had another thought that I wanted to talk about. And
well, considering how we went into it with absolutely nothing to fucking talk about, that segment lasted 25 minutes.
Damn. Before I even brought up Star Trek, I had another idea totally. I don't remember what it was now, but whatever. Shit, as long as shit runs, we might be able to do 2 segments. If it's 25-minute segment, fuck.
25-minute segment.
We know the 25 minutes, that's 50 minutes. One long Diablo Swing Orchestra song would make close enough to an hour. So if we did that, or we can just run short on 2 segments. Either way, but depends on how we go.
Yeah, we'll just have to go for a feel. If we start running out of gas, we'll just stop it and do 3, and do a short one at the end. When you run out, there's 2 more in the fridge.
I got 1 more in there.
I've already gone through the 6-pack.
Yeah, but your shit is lighter than mine. See, I can't even say shit right. Your shit is lighter than mine. That's my bad. We're not blaming it on the key for that one.
You need to put that something into a necklace.
A pearl necklace.
She want a pearl necklace.
I think maybe the music that I listen to while I drive has been changing my attitude. Because I changed it to I did an instant mix. Like Google will randomize a mix based on one particular artist or song. Cut myself. Like that. But so I use Collective Soul to base a list off of. Collective Soul, Live. There's some Foo Fighters in there. It's still rock, but it's a little tamer than the shit I've been listening to, like Motley Crue and Metallica and shit like that. But it's a little more aggressive. Best if consumed by 1:26:14. You think we'll get this done?
I think so.
Be okay.
That beer never lasts that long.
Is it on the... I probably shouldn't try to remember things while I've been drinking, but I always want to try to remember how much alcohol by volume is in this shit. Sounds right, but I don't know where we got that from, so I don't want to just assume that. It's probably on a website somewhere. You know what's not on a website somewhere? How much I have to pee right now. They don't publish that stuff.
No.
Unless I Facebook it.
Probably the bottle.
Cut my shit trying to open that bottle.
Damn. More ones. Hey, you want a Duck Dynasty Band-Aid?
No, I'm good.
I'm going outside to smoke.
because I've seen motorcyclists in flip-flops, shorts, tank top, no helmet, no gloves, like just ultimate stupid.
That's where you get yourself hurt.
Yeah, you can get killed doing that shit. So I was like, it's Texas in August, like that's gonna be a proud, like you might die of heat stroke on that shit, but thanks for trying. I think I'm gonna end up with a motorcycle at some point. Like
I know I am.
Like the longer I wait, the more I'm urged to do it. So at some point, I'm gonna end up, and maybe a scooter. I don't know. I'm gonna end up with a two-wheeled vehicle at some point.
Yeah, I've been looking really hard at the Yamahas, and the Yamaha Roadstar. I think it's like a 1600cc motorcycle.
Fuck that. That's too much for me.
Well.
Okay, let me point this out. The scooter I had in Florida was 150 cc's. So,
I'm telling you from experience.
It's 8 times.
My first motorcycle was 650 cc's, and after 6 months of riding it, I maxed out its full potential. Like it was great around town.
Yeah.
But getting down the highway.
Yeah.
Scared to death because I was barely keeping up with traffic.
Yeah.
You know, it's you need enough ass to do 60.
Well, but my scooter could do 80 if I wanted.
Your scooter also weighed as much as you did.
Yeah, it was lightweight. Yeah.
This is a heavy bike.
Yeah.
You know, so to move that fast, you need enough cc's to get it done.
Yeah.
And the minimum to get it done is about 1200. 883.
Yeah.
You know, right around 1000 cc's, you'll be good on the highway with a heavy bike.
With a heavy bike, yeah.
You know, because
the whole point of me getting any type of motorcycle or scooter though is for gas mileage, and a heavier bike's gonna have shittier gas mileage.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at that motorcycle, and you're talking about 54 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, it's what I hear from most motorcyclists that I talk to is somewhere between 45 and 55 to the gallon
Fill it
usually.
Up with 5 gallons of premium gas.
Yeah.
It's good for the system.
Yeah.
You gotta put in premium.
Premium, absolutely, yeah. I know that.
When you do that, you're only filling up 5 gallons worth of a tank.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
dude, my scooter had like a gallon and a half tank. Like it was nothing. But it was still 135 miles for like $5. Like a pretty good. It got 90 miles to the gallon.
Around town, that's fine.
Yeah. As if I was only driving around, like if I was driving around, like inside the loop, if that's the only places I had to go, I would absolutely go a scooter full time.
Because I've already talked to Jana, and like we bought this house. I bought that SUV for her. We're slowly paying this shit off.
Yeah.
And we both decided the next big purchase is gonna be me a motorcycle.
Cool.
I've talked to her about a boat. They went fishing, you know, just a little boat to fish the lakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Big fancy boat, but a little John boat or something.
Yeah.
You know? I've talked about that, but I mean, ideally, it's gonna be a motorcycle because I haven't rode fucking 10 years, and I miss it.
Yeah. So I had my scooter for a matter of months, and I didn't even drive it that much. I think I put maybe 100 miles on it. I didn't drive it for shit.
Yeah.
But it was still awesome. It was still great to have.
And
so.
I told Jana, I was like, when I get my bike, you're not going to be on it for 6 months until I learn the bike inside and out and I get comfortable with it.
You're going to have to do the safety course.
I've already done it.
You already done it? As long as you've done it.
I have the motorcycle stamp on my ID.
As long as you have it.
But the deal
it's
is,
required now. That's the problem.
I've done the safety course.
Yeah.
But I want to do a refresher.
Yeah, you should. And they have the basic course and the advanced course, so you could step it up if you wanted to.
I need a refresher, just to, the advanced course. All it is you're using your bike.
Sorry, it's fucking. Tasting and putting some weird shit on Facebook, and I'm like, what the hell? She's cooking some weird ass turkey. Yeah, it's you should take a refresher course. If you haven't done it in a while, you should take a refresher course.
I'll plan on it.
And I try to explain it to my students, and they don't care. But it's you have to drive like you're invisible, drive like everyone else is out to kill you when you're on a two.
Exactly right.
If you don't, you're gonna die. Even if you do die, even if you do get into an accident, behaving that way, you still have a chance to survive it. So it's dangerous, and especially in Houston, it's dangerous. Because the way people drive, nobody watches out for for motorcyclists in Houston. It's just a point I stress heavily in my classes. As my dad is that he and my stepmom both drive hogs out in Florida. Like when the weather's nice, they take their hogs out.
Yeah.
I rode with him on his. Well, we went from their place to. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 miles to. What the fuck was that place called? Some place. It's kind of like a Denny's, but a little nicer. Can't remember what it's called. But like I was latched onto the sissy bar. I'm like, I ain't fucking moving, huh? And he explained to me, he's like, listen, when I do turns, don't move. Just hold steady. Don't turn with me. You're gonna throw my balance off. But it's gonna fuck me up. I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna hold stiff the whole time. So I grabbed sissy bar and hung on for dear life.
They say the best thing you can do as a passenger is when somebody's going into any kind of turn, look over the driver's shoulder that you're turning into. So if you're going straight and you're turning to the left, look over their left shoulder.
Yeah.
Because that naturally makes you lean with the turn.
Yeah. I think it's up to the driver on that one. Like it
really is. But they say if you're gonna lean, just look over his shoulder.
Yeah. He told me. He said just don't move. Just don't lean into the turn or anything. Just don't move.
Any movement affects.
Yeah. So he's just like don't move. Just stay still. When I make a turn, okay. So I grabbed CC bar and I just stayed straight the whole time. Like I'm not moving. Because I didn't want to fucking wipe out on a motorcycle. I don't want to be in. So this is what you told me to do. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. But not everybody has that mentality. Some people, this is what I'm telling you to do. I'm like, I got this. Man, what? They just don't care, and it fucks something up and gets somebody fucking hurt or killed. So.
We need to talk about this on the podcast.
Sure, let's do it. I can talk about all kinds of daddy issues if you want. He doesn't listen, so. Super green.
Super green. Again with the goddamn hot buttons. Everybody, welcome.
Yeah. Super green. Soprano swing with a heavy twist.
Metal twist.
Super green.
All right. Going hot in 3, 2, 1, go. Hey! Ah! Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha. Joker hot button. Joker laughs. Hey, while we're at it, go check out all our media. Check us out on bloodygunclub.com, Facebook, Twitter, iTunes. Leave some stars, reviews, please. We need to jump our shit up on the iTunes page and download our Android app.
So you left that to last just to fuck with me.
I did.
You're just a freak.
Like me. It's gone. Yeah.
Make this pencil disappear.
We've been talking about a lot of shit on the break. As always, I go out to smoke, and we
get all philosophical.
Well, we got really deep on the last segment, and that was totally intentional.
Really deep into your mom, am I right?
Yeah, that's why I wear these shoes. But what's funny about our podcast?
That's why you wear those shoes?
Yeah, to get better traction when I'm thrusting.
To go that deep?
Yeah.
Into your mom?
Now that none of us plan on doing anything on this podcast.
No, we gave up on that at fucking
episode 10.
48,000 episodes ago. Yeah, it's I think at the point when it became like the first time we went, it's me and you. We gave up on it then. We
really did.
We might try to keep doing other things just in case. At that point, we're like, let's just talk and see what happens.
Well, it got to the point where it was we'd start running out of gas if we didn't have something to fall back on. So we finally took the plunge and said, you know what? From now on, we're doing it completely organic. We're not putting anything together. We're not having a sword of the week. We're not having a gun of the week. I'll do it on Facebook. Let's put all that shit up on Facebook. But if we're just going to podcast, let's just fucking talk and see what happens. And that's all we do. All the shit that comes out on our podcast is completely organic. We just hit the button, it starts, and we just come up with shit.
We just talk. And the drunker we get, oddly, the more serious it gets.
Which is weird for us. Normally we try to be as funny as possible, but all of a sudden, we start drinking and we start thinking, I'm going to change the world.
I'm smarter than this. Let me prove it. Is this beer?
Beard Fossé.
Beer fuck say.
Beer fuck say.
That can't be a shit.
You can't if you spell it with a PH.
Porta Foquito.
No, but we started talking about motorcycles and shit.
We did.
You know?
Like I've always had a interest in riding a motorcycle, and I kind of tried it.
Well, with a scooter, you got on 2 wheels.
It's the same thing. The danger is the same.
Danger is exactly the same.
The body design is different, and maybe the engine power is different.
The power is different,
and the situation is the same.
The exact same situation. It's just as dangerous.
But we were saying this, the scooter I had while I was out in Florida, it had a 150cc engine.
Yeah.
It could go up to 80 miles an hour. It was also a lot lighter than any other motorcycle.
Yeah, you could pick the fucker up.
Yeah, and I did. I had to because when I ordered it wholesale.
Yeah.
And they delivered it and everything. It came in a big box. I had to like partially put it together.
Yeah, put the wheels on it.
I had to put the front wheel, the handlebars, pretty much the front end. I had to assemble. Yeah. So I had to lift that thing and move it around and shit. So it took some work.
Yeah.
But it worked. So apparently I did a good job. I think it would be a little more complicated to do with an actual motorcycle.
It would, you know. And I bought my first motorcycle. I saved up all summer. I was working a summer job that paid $7 an hour back in the day, which is good money back in that day.
Considering minimum wage just got up to like I think it's $7.25.
Minimum
$7.15.
Minimum wage when I was first starting doing that
when
shit.
You were first starting
was $5.15 an hour.
Was $2.15 a second. That's actually a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. But when I did that, I saved up money for mowing yards, working that job, and I paid cash. I bought that motorcycle for $1,000. It was a 1980 CB650 Honda, and
I'll pretend to know what that is.
It had 4 fucking carburetors and 4 exhaust pipes.
Your mom's a carburetor.
Yeah, she is. She's a thumper. Whatever the fuck that means.
I don't know what that means.
You pull me off in all kinds of weird tangents.
Hail to the king, baby.
But, you know...
My goal is to confuse, not...
No, but we started talking about, you know, like, Adam has an interest, he wants a motorcycle. I want another motorcycle because I haven't ridden in over 10 years, and I really want to get back into it, you know. And
I liked having my scooter, I liked having, but that was out in Florida on little side streets, like... Yeah. Interstates, I'm very fearful of. I'm not a fearful person at all. I'm not afraid of shit. But getting on the interstate with any type of two-wheeled vehicle, I'm very hesitant. Like I don't like that idea. You
have to be completely comfortable with your bike. You have to be able to know what it's going to do, know how to react in a situation. Because I took the training course, and the training course was really good because it puts you in every single bad situation you're going to run into.
I've been told with the motorcycle safety course, like I know there's one situation in particular where you're on the black top and you're supposed to drive the motorcycle like straight at the instructor.
I told you that.
Yeah, and like he like at the last second.
At the last second, he tells you which way to swerve.
He doesn't tell you. He raises an arm, and you're supposed to turn in that direction. And if you don't do that correctly, he has to dive out of the fucking way.
He has to jump over you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hit the pavement.
Yeah.
I did the exact. The only reason I recognize that story is that's what I told you when I took my motorcycle safety course.
I drink a lot, so I don't remember who told me what.
Well, what happened with that whole training deal, it was really cool. It had a damn good instructor, and he was a no bullshit. This is how it really is. He put us through all the motions of avoiding an accident and trying to get away from an accident. Yeah. So he put us into a control skid. Get up going, lock up your rear brake, and ride it out. Some of y'all are going to hit the ground, some of y'all ain't. So, he made us do that. He made us do a figure 8 and dodge each other.
Fuck that.
Yeah. He made us, I'm
just trying to picture that in my head, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's part of the training. You do a figure 8 with like 20 other people. Exactly. Thank you, Duke. He's on my side. No, but you get into this figure 8 deal with 20 other bikes, and you're slowing down, speeding up to get in between people. Yeah. It's intense.
That's some serious. I mean, that's like dance choreography. Like
it's not.
You're kind of gay a little bit.
But what was so intense was I was the first person. I was a guinea pig. Somehow or another, I'm never first in the alphabet. My last name starts with a G.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, I started first out of these 20.
Yeah, I get fucked on that one.
Yeah, you're.
Adam Comore? Oh fuck.
Well, no.
Are we going by last name?
They went by last name.
You're GG either way.
Yeah, either way, I'm. So
you're somewhere close to the middle.
So I showed up to my final exam deal because it took 2 days. It took full written work one day and then full writing the other day.
Well, that's what I've heard is that every school they either do a 2-day course where its first day is classroom environment, second day
is writing.
You're writing, or they'll do 3 days and they'll do a day and a half classroom, day and a half writing. Like
I'd rather do 2 days.
And I'd rather 2 days because you have it's more immersion if you do 2 days.
It really is, and most of it's common sense. Like I knew a lot of shit. Like my dad rode a motorcycle all through the 80s, 70s. He was always on a bike. So for me at 17, I was like, I'm getting my own bike. I'm doing my own shit.
Yeah.
But when I took the course, it was a big eye opener for all the shit that you're going to go through, all the motions that you go through riding on a motorcycle, and they put you through the figure 8 test. They bring you to a 90-degree turn where you cannot put your feet down. If you put your feet down, you're disqualified. And
wow, okay, I'm just trying to picture that. Like you got to do like you've seen it in like motocross races, like when they do they almost drop the bike.
Yes.
And you got to do that turn.
The problem is what they teach you about a motorcycle: speed equals stability. The slower you go, the more unstable. And I say that too. It's a certain point.
No, but actually, I understand that. I understand speed more than most people do.
And you should, because on a motorcycle, if you're going 45 miles or 45 miles an hour or under, you're unstable.
Yeah.
As soon as you get over 45 miles an hour, that bike becomes solid, and you can lean with it. I mean, you can lean all the way almost down to the ground. That bike's going to stay upright
because you're going fast enough.
Because I'm going fast enough to keep it up, and it becomes unstable again after 80.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay within your range. There's a balance there.
There's a concept I try to explain to people that. And people who don't understand speed don't get it. Yeah. That speed is not inherently dangerous. You always have to introduce another. So you have to always introduce something else to make it dangerous. Like you're going 100 miles an hour, like
100 miles an hour.
100 miles an hour. I'm writing that down. 100 miles
per hour.
Per hour.
We're drunk.
That if you're going, whether you're in a car or a motorcycle, if you're going 100 miles an hour, going 100 miles an hour is not enough for it to be dangerous. You have to introduce something else to make it dangerous. Like there's got an animal has to jump in the road. You got to hit a rock. You ran off the road. Like something else.
Going 100 miles an hour isn't dangerous. Your ability to react and stop soon enough is the part that's dangerous.
There's always something else that has to come into it. And people, some other fucking jackass try to say, well, oh yeah, a forest fire isn't inherently as dangerous. Yes, it is. A forest fire, the forest itself, not inherently dangerous. When you introduce fire, then it becomes fucking dangerous. Yeah, fire is inherently dangerous. Speed is not inherently dangerous. You always, in order to make speed dangerous, you always have to introduce something else.
A different element to speed.
Speed plus something else equals dangerous.
Yeah.
But speed by itself is not dangerous.
And you display that by the speed that you're going and the ability for you to stop. How many feet at that speed takes you to stop completely?
You got to do the math.
You got to do the math. And if you can't do the math, you probably shouldn't go that fucking speed.
Fucked.
And if you don't have the reaction time to avoid that, where you don't have to stop at that speed, then that's probably it too.
This is a slight tangent, but I think it's still relevant. It's a concept that I've come up with recently that I think, like, there's fights over what should be the primary language of any particular country at any time. Like, I mean, people always fight over what America's English is the winning fight, but
why is that a fucking argument to begin with?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I think one, like, if you're gonna go with it's not even spoken, but a really displayed language, I guess. Sign language is what. Sign language is universal. Like everybody, like it doesn't matter what country you go to, sign language is the same. Like you go to France, it's the same signals, it's the same hand symbols, it's all the same. But even beyond that, I think the universal language should be math. Math is absolutely...
Numbers are universal.
Math is universal. You could go to 10,000 light years away, the math is still the same. The math doesn't change.
You are nerding up our podcast.
I am nerding the shit out of it, but I think math should be every language ever. Like you should learn how to.
I would like to speak to someone in binary.
You should learn how to communicate through math, because you will always.
I can turn my calculator upside down and say hello.
And I can make it. I can turn it upside down and make it say boobless. So that just reminded me of. I know this is surprising. Reminded me of a Futurama episode.
No.
Computer scanned Hermes and said, "There's a rectangular mass in your colon. That's a calculator. I ate it to gain its power." Math is the universal language. It is. Math doesn't change.
Okay.
It never does.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna suck at it.
Yeah. You can't talk to aliens. That's all that means.
I'm okay with that.
But yeah, you can be in the background.
I can be abducted by them.
Yeah.
I can't talk to them.
You'll take all the anal probes you can get.
As uncomfortable as that sounds.
Because you don't understand the math.
I just wanted to go fishing.
Well, now you're the fish.
They caught me, and I hope it's catch and release.
Yeah, but not until they've really thoroughly checked you out. Is this a big mouth bass?
I got one of those bearded loudmouth rednecks.
Big mouth redneck.
Thank you, aliens, for making my people the most ignorant motherfuckers on the planet.
It was something I saw recently. It was like, America, the only place where UFOs ever appear. That's all the reports come. It's always America. It's always middle America. It's not anywhere else. It's Oklahoma, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska.
Anywhere they have corn.
Yeah, pretty much. There's crops to do signs, and that's where they're fucking doing that shit.
You know how tangented our this segment has gone.
We are the masters of the tangent. It's gone direct quote from Gage. Yes.
It is. But we've gone from motorcycles to math to fucking aliens.
To aliens. They like motorcycles. It's more like hover bikes.
Yeah.
Which they're developing in Nevada.
Did you ever see Looper?
Speeders? Looper?
Yeah.
I saw Looper.
Yeah, the bike, the hover bike they first came out with, it was a piece of shit.
Oh, the thing that didn't fucking work?
Yeah. It never worked.
Yeah. No, but they're developing like the speeder style bikes that they had
Star
like Star Wars. They're developing those out in Nevada. They're not nearly as good. They're going like
probably for the salt flat. See if they can get them up to speed.
They can go 30 miles an hour and about they can get 15 feet off the ground.
That's pretty high.
But they're massive. They're clunky. They're big and clunky at this point. But they're trying to refine them to make them for military use.
Gay.
Yeah, they're gonna sell them to the military first.
Yeah.
Because I mean, but you put a speeder on the military on a battlefield, like you throw speeders out on for us on Afghanistan right now, we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because that's gonna avoid IEDs and landmines.
Yeah. We got that shit.
Yeah.
So that's they're doing it. But they are working on it. They're coming up with it. But they're also, of course, the extreme version. They're experimenting with warp fields right now, like Star Trek Warp 9, whatever. They're working on it. They're expanding.
You're talking about like light speed?
Yes. 10 times light speed. 10 times.
Ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed. I need to find a Spaceball soundboard.
I watched that the other night.
Yeah. I've watched that forever. I need to watch that again.
Dude,
I watched that forever.
Hot. Too hot.
They've gone to plaid. But yeah, they're working on it. There's some university in like God, it's
probably Connecticut.
No, it's West Coast somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. But
not MIT.
Yeah, they're working on it though. I mean, and it's the thing is the warp speed is based on, well, they're calling it exotic matter. It's antimatter, dark matter, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
It's shit that they haven't figured out yet. They haven't discovered yet. They're like, if this stuff actually exists, then yeah, we can do it. It's still theory.
Oh.
But they're playing with it in laboratories somewhere.
See, rednecks don't give a fuck until it's been proven.
Yeah.
Prove something to me, and then we'll duplicate it on a cheaper piece-together scale.
The theory is that they absolutely know for a fact that it will work as long as this shit actually exists. They just have to prove that this shit exists.
They've already made calculations on shit that is
theoretical.
And
it's as fictional as unicorns.
Great.
Yeah. They're working on it, but there's still no proof.
Fuck light speed. Build me a real lightsaber.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
No, I'm down. And a hoverboard.
Which is actually plasma encased in a force field. Technically.
I want it.
Count Dooku.
I want it. Bad.
It would be awesome. Absolutely. I concur.
Think of us as Americans if they ever do truly come out with a lightsaber. There is going to be...
We win.
No, we're not going to win. Not at first.
We win.
We will eventually.
I will activate lightsaber and just throw it at you.
It's not going to come back out.
I know, but it'd be hilarious to slice one dude in half. Like, I got that bitch. Ha-ha! Oh, shit, he's shooting guns. Ah, fuck, I got to hide in this trench.
You do realize we're going to find a way to hunt with it, right?
Deer are faster than that.
You would think so.
Now, if you could do like a lightsaber tripwire, that would be awesome.
Ow.
Exactly.
It's going to cauterize the wound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're twitching on the ground. They can't move. Game over. You win.
No, but like, okay, okay.
But it's not legal to collect your roadkill in Texas.
Let's say, okay, lightsabers come out to the general public. You can buy them at goddamn Walmart for...
I'll allow it.
$10,000 a lightsaber. Theoretically. That's...
Theoretically.
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 Okay.
I'm just making shit up at this point.
At that point, we're going to try to have lightsaber sword fights between each other.
There's going to be some Beavis and Butthead idiots.
There's going to be a lot of people with no fucking hands, no heads, no arms and legs. Duke. You drunk bastard. Nah, but seriously.
That is one big hammer.
Continue. Light hammer.
Light hammer, sword, saber.
Thingy.
Okay, so there's going to be a ton of us.
Tangent. Okay, I got a tangent to go on.
Go
ahead.
There's going to be fucking tons of us that are amputated from these lightsabers first coming out. It's going to be horrible.
So many tangents right now.
There's just too many tangents.
You're planting seeds, and I'm just like, so many ways I could go right now.
Well, bring it on. Let's bring on.
Well,
some
there's
tangents.
the one, and this happened maybe a year or two ago. It was a parody. I want to say it was College Humor that did it. It was a company. They were like, listen, we can give. They were talking to two guys, and like, listen, we can either give you Wolverine's healing factor, or Wolverine's adamantium claws, but we cannot give you both. You can get one or the other.
Claws.
So they both picked claws. They picked claws. And the thing is, with Wolverine, when his claws come out, like, he's literally cutting through his skin.
He's bleeding to death.
Yeah, he's piercing his skin to extract his claws. It hurts every time he does that. But it's okay because he heals.
Yeah.
But both of them opted for claws. So they kept, and they couldn't control it. Like, they couldn't figure out how to make it extract and retract. Like, so it just randomly kept coming out. And they were like, oh, I got it. No, I don't. So they kept stabbing each other. Two guys just kept in the chest, in the side. They just stabbed each other in the fucking head. Like, and there was just blood everywhere. They kept fucking like, they didn't lose any limbs, but they just kept piercing each other, like, just in the head, in the chest, in the side, just going off. Like, maybe we chose the wrong one. Maybe one of you should have picked healing factor.
Yeah.
Like,
this isn't real.
Yeah, it's College Humor. They were doing their thing.
But
I had another thought, but I don't remember what the tangent was. So.
You know, that's fucking hilarious.
It's on. I want to say it's College Humor that did that.
I'm pretty sure it would be dangerous as fuck during sex.
Absolutely. Like, you got to put your fists into the mattress onto the side. Otherwise, you're gonna kill somebody.
The chick's she's gonna have to be on top every time, just for safety.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea if she's on top, because your hands are. I don't know. Maybe if you pick your.
If you're strapped.
You might. Yeah, you're gonna have to. There's gonna be bondage involved. In order to keep anything bad,
you're gonna have to handcuff yourself.
Yeah, there's gonna be bondage involved to make that safe.
There's gonna be a lot of fucked up nightstands. That's all I can say.
And premature extraction could happen.
Premature extraction. Write that down. Premature extraction. Wolverine claws, premature extraction.
The claws may come out a little too early. She may not be happy with that. So.
We have illegal claws here. Folks, it's been a fun podcast. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Thanks for listening online. We've got to shut it down. I might have a bar to go to tonight, depending on how drunk I am right now.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
It's time.
I'm all out of gum.
And I'm all out of beer. So we'll see you next week, folks.
This sucks.
Yeah, I know. It sucks, dude. Go to sleep. Go back to sleep.
Hail to the king, baby.
That's not what I was trying to click, but
That
it
is,
worked.
you suck at this. All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks for playing along.
No, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, this will.
Technically.
Whenever this fucking comes out, we'll see you next week.
No check, you mother. Yeah, depending on Gage when he fucking gets the files in the box correctly.
Hey, they're in the box right now.
Dick Fassé.
I can't do it with your Wi-Fi. That's what it is.
Sure, whatever. You had a whole weekend to biatch.
Biatch. All right, folks. We'll see you next week.
Gage guest.
God damn it. The Shrek-looking motherfucker.
Penis.
Bye. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Smoking is a lot of fun. So do you want to hit a bar?